A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. The destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Donald Trump, former U.S. president, billionaire, and political heavyweight. But once again, he's back in the spotlight for a reason that's got the world holding its breath. Because this week, a U.S. military strike on Iran has raised alarms, not just in the Middle East, but across global power centers. And experts are warning, this move could be packed with serious political risks for Trump himself. It started with a threat. On Thursday, Donald Trump gave Iran a deadline, a warning to shut down their nuclear programs or face consequences. The message was clear: 2 weeks, that's how long they had to comply. But here's the twist. That so-called 2-week warning, it lasted only 2 days. Suddenly, a U.S. military strike was launched, targeting Iranian nuclear facilities. And just like that, diplomacy turned to aggression. Tensions that had been simmering for months boiled over in less than 48 hours. The world is asking, why the rush? What's really going on behind the scenes? And is Trump playing a high-stakes game? For political gain? Megaphone. Hey, quick reminder before we go deeper, if you're into hard-hitting news, bold commentary, and stories they don't want you to hear, this is your place. So do me a favor, tap the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. I drop these updates every single day, stay ahead of the curve. Alright, let's continue. So, why is this such a risky move for Trump? For starters, he's not the president anymore. So any foreign policy decisions he comments on or influences are now seen through a political lens, especially during an election year. Critics say this strike may not be about Iran's nuclear program at all, but rather, about boosting Trump's image on the world stage, making him look tough on foreign threats right as he ramps up for another presidential run. But here's the danger: the Middle East is a tinderbox right now. One misstep could lead to war, retaliation, or a diplomatic meltdown that draws in global superpowers like Russia, China, and NATO allies. Iran has already promised a strong and immediate response. And if that happens, the U.S. could be pulled into yet another extended conflict in the region, something most Americans don't want. Even some within Trump's own party are privately expressing concern. The timing, the messaging, the speed of escalation. It all raises one chilling possibility: was this move strategic, or reckless? From a global perspective, the implications are massive. A strike on Iran could disrupt oil markets, spark cyber attacks, or even ignite proxy wars in places like Syria, Iraq, or Lebanon. For Trump, the political gamble is just as dangerous. If the strike leads to backlash, instability, or civilian casualties, he takes the blame in the eyes of voters. And if Iran retaliates on American soil or targets allies, that's a whole new level of crisis. So where do we go from here? Iran says it will respond, possibly soon. World leaders are calling for restraint. And Trump, as always, is doubling down, framing the strike as decisive leadership and a show of strength. But history tells us that military action, especially in the Middle East, never comes without consequences. The question now is not just what happens next, but who pays the price. Brain, what do you think? Was Trump right to act fast? Or is this just a risky political play that could backfire badly? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read every one. And don't forget, tomorrow, I'll be back with another raw, unfiltered update. Thanks for watching, and stay sharp out there.